Hello everybody, Internetary back again with another video to summary this 6th day of Australian Open 2020. The matches that has been played. The matches has been in the way that I have expected, to be quite honest. At least the majority of the matches. One subscriber asked me, what do you believe about the third round clashes? Who will win, who will lose? And of the 16 matches, I actually had right in 12 of them. The only 4 matches that I was wrong in was the Pella Fognini match. I didn't believe in Fognini there. Fognini proved me wrong. Fognini is so inconsistent, so you never know where you have that guy. But he at least delivered against Pella, won in straight sets. And then I didn't believe in the Tennis Sandgren. He proved me wrong there. Defeated Sam Querrey. And obviously the matches that Cilic and Milos Raonic won. Even though that I'm not shocked, absolutely not, because we all know that what Cilic and Raonic can bring to the table. But I believed more in Tsitsipas and in RBA, a little more. But Cilic and Raonic, they proved me wrong. So these are the only 4 matches that I actually was wrong in. In all the other 12 matches, I was right in my predictions when that subscriber asked me, and I gave him my prediction who will win those matches. So the day 3 is ended. I mean the third round clashes are ended, guys. Now we're gonna go to the 4th round matches, guys. Have I changed my mind about who I believe will win, who I believe will face the final, each other, and the quarterfinals and things like that? No. I still have Nadal and Djokovic facing each other in the final. That is my prediction. I still have Federer facing Djokovic in the semifinals, even though that I'm not certain about Federer anymore after his escape win against John Millman, where he was only 2 points away of losing. And by the way, to say some words about Federer's interviews are getting me go crazy, guys. I've done a video about this before. He lives in kind of a delusional world where he doesn't realize. Yeah, he realizes. He just wants not to show it in front of the camera. But for God's sakes, Roger, I have seen this game over 25 years now. You cannot fool me. You cannot say to Jim Courier, I was preparing myself to go to the interview and explaining my loss. This was not so bad performance. But things can go, things happen sometimes and things doesn't go your way. Don't use those kind of words, Roger Federer. This was not that kind of bad performance. 82 unforced errors. 3 out of 10 breakpoint opportunities converted, 52% won on second serves, and John Millman won 61% of second serves. So that what is that the reason? Yeah, we all know, because you don't have superior returns, and you say to Jim Courier, this was not a bad performance. Blah 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 blah. I get nuts. I love Roger Federer on the tennis court, but I don't love him outside the tennis courts. I've said this before and I will say it again. The most brutal, honest tennis player is Rafa Nadal. I just love his interviews. I'm not crazy in love in his tennis style, even though that I have learned to appreciate Rafa's tennis style more on later stages of his career, because he plays more first strike tennis. He's not a grinder like he was 10, 15 years ago. But when it comes to interviews, Rafa is so brutally honest, and even Novak is more honest than Federer, to be quite honest. Federer, I'm not getting. I just go nuts with his interviews. Even after the match on the press conference, when a reporter told him, "You did 48 unforced errors with your forehand," and Federer, he got irritated. I don't know, you guys, why you're so. Why you stick your head so much onto statistics? Of course I will do mistakes sometimes. We all know you will do mistakes. We all know you will do unforced errors more than Nadal and Djokovic, because you play a more risky tennis with smaller margins, where you go more to lines with a low percentage of tennis, with first strike aggressive tennis. But you cannot be irritated when a reporter asks you when you do 48 unforced errors with your forehand. It is your arsenal shot, for God's sakes. You cannot protect that, Roger. You should say, yes, that is too much. I have to cut them down, those errors, if I want to win this tournament. And I know that you want. You are not here to play the third round, Roger Federer. I'm getting crazy. You are not here. Who are you trying to fool? I don't have high expectations. For God's sake, come on. You don't have high expectations. John Milner doesn't have high expectations. Fusovic doesn't have high expectations. Schwartzman has not high expectations. They are not here to win the tournament. Of course, they will try it, but they will not do it. Or Monfils will not win the tournament. For God's sakes, I don't have high expectations. Of course you have high expectations. What is the reason why you're playing tennis? To earn more money? You're a billionaire, for God's sakes. We all know that you're not doing this for money. You're doing this for the love of the sport, and you're doing this to win the big majors. This is the thing that I don't like with Federer outside the tennis court. He's not honest. He's not honest. I know that he cannot be brutally honest 100%. I know that. He has to say some kind of words that that sounds good. But it's too much lies. Too much. Yeah, enough about Federer. I love him on the tennis court. I don't love him outside the tennis court. It is not only this. I remember one time in French Open when a teenager, a kid, jumped into the tennis court and he wanted to take a selfie with Roger Federer. It was 2015 French Open, and he just pushed him. Yeah, I know. Roger was doing like this. He was wondering where are the security guards. I know. I get that. But for God's sakes, he loves you. That's why he has stepped into the court. And he didn't have any weapons. He just wanted to take a selfie, and you just pushed him. Compare that with Nadal. The same thing happened to Nadal 12 years ago in US Open. A guy hugged him, and the security guards in New York, they jumped onto the guy and just took him out from Nadal. And Nadal was running. No, don't take him. Let him be. Look the difference between Nadal and between Federer. Look. And if you analyze which country, which city is more dangerous, is it Paris or is it New York? Let's face it, guys. It is New York, of course. New York is, for God's sake, New York is the city who never sleeps. We all know that more criminal things happens in New York than what happens in Paris. So the chances is for who was in more dangers there? Was it Roger in Paris or was it Rafa in New York? Of course, Rafa. But who reacted better? Who? This is the kind of things that I don't like with Roger outside tennis court. I don't like it. I cannot lie. I am not a liar. I have never been and will never be. I love Roger Federer's tennis style on the tennis court. But his interviews, his way how he pushed that guy in French Open 2015, do you believe, I know the answer, do you believe that guy, when Roger pushed him in that 2015 French Open on the tennis court and just pushed him away, do you believe he has Roger as an idol after that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that, guys? No, he hasn't him as an idol anymore. Roger is finished in his eyes as an idol. I wouldn't have him as an idol anymore. He has looked up to Roger, 100% I'm certain about that. He probably has all these pictures on his living room, on his room back at home. But after that, it is like a fairy tale ends. It is like breaking up with your girlfriend. It is all over for that. For him, he doesn't have Roger as an idol anymore. For that guy in that 2015 French Open. For that kid, I should say. So this is the things I don't like with Roger outside the tennis court. But I love him on the tennis court. I love his playing style. I don't like grinders. You all know that. I like ultra first strike at tennis players, and Roger is like that. And when Roger is all in firing, in his all cylinders, for me, it is pure magic. It is nothing else can be compared. Like when he played against Nadal in that Wimbledon semi-final, it was just pure magic to watch him. Or against Djokovic in that World Tour finals in that round robin match. It was just pure magic. It was just. I don't know if it is something better in life than to watch Roger execute his magical moments and his first strike tennis like he did in those 2 matches, just to mention a few of them. But he has done, of course, over 1,000 great matches in his career. So let's talk a little about Australian Open, because I just came out from a rhythm here. Yeah, I've been right in 12 of my 16 predictions on the 3rd round. Now we are into the 4th round, and I'm not changing my mind. I still believe that we will have a final between Novak Djokovic and Rafa Nadal. Rafa looked superior on his 3rd round match against Busta, which was pretty expected. Rafa just destroyed his countryman. Rafa did 42 winners, only 7 adversaries. Rafa, of course, will be very, very hard to defeat. Some of you believe that Nick Kyrgios will do that in 4th round. Yeah, it can happen. Nick has done it before in majors, only 1 time in majors, 2 times outside majors, but last time, but that only time is in 2014. 6 years ago. So it will take some extraordinary performance from Nick. He has to really be on his toes from the first to the last point, because Rafa isn't any Santa Claus. He is the Grinch. He will not give Nick anything for free. But Nick has the serve, he has the potential, he has the talent. He can take Rafa maybe to a tie break, and maybe he can take 1 set. But I don't think Nick will defeat Rafa Nadal. And no, I just don't think so. The biggest threat I see against Rafa, it is Novak Djokovic. His nemesis, to be quite honest. No, because Novak is a bad matchup for Rafa Nadal, and that is the case. And Federer also has been figuring out Rafa the last couple of years as outside clay, but I don't think that Roger will face Rafa Nadal in this Australian Open, because they are on the opposite side of the draw, and Roger has to come through Novak first if he gets to Novak, which I am not 100% certain about that anymore. But I think Roger will get himself to Novak, but I am not 100% certain. So guys, let's see how the 4th round will upload, and how the 4th round will progress. The seeds are still, the majority of the seeds are still left in the draw, even though that some favorites has been knocked out, like Tsitsipas, like Berrettini. The only 2 favorites on my top 8 list that has been knocked, actually, Tsitsipas and Berrettini. All the others are left, and let's see how the 4th round. And Djokovic, he's looking superior as well, like I expected. He's the man to beat here. He will now face Schwartzman. The head-to-head there is 3-0 to Djokovic. Schwartzman is a grinder. He chases down every ball, a similar way like John Millman. But Djokovic is not Roger Federer. Djokovic, he has a similar style like Schwartzman as well, but better. So Schwartzman will taste his own medicine against Djokovic, and Djokovic will come through in that match, I believe. So Djokovic is the man to beat, guys. And then in the quarters, Djokovic will face Cilic or Raonic. I have a feeling he will face Raonic, and Raonic is dangerous with that serve. He has a murderous serve, but Novak is so complete. Novak has everything in his shot, in his arsenal, guys. Raonic has a huge forehand and a huge serve, but backhand and his movements are not the greatest in the world. And Raonic can defeat Cilic. I actually have Raonic as the slight favorite to defeat Cilic there. That is my feeling. But can Raonic defeat Djokovic? I don't think so. So guys, let's see if I forgot something here. Yeah, a question from Simi Kumar, a subscriber, he or she, I don't know, asked me why Roger is playing the night session. It's about money, my friend. It's all about money. The night sessions brings most money from the audience, from the sponsors, from the televisions, you name it. And that's why Roger is playing on night session. They have the biggest name on night sessions, even though the night is, in my opinion, are cooler conditions. It is slower. For Roger to play day session is better for his game because he likes fast conditions. But Roger is a rock star in tennis, so they will put him on night session, exactly like they do with Djokovic and Nadal in many occasions. So that is your answer of your question, my friend. Because Roger brings money, Roger brings sponsors, Roger brings audience, and that's why they put him on night sessions. Alright guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and bye bye.